Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 32nd episode of the Fandom Flux podcast. I, as always, am your host, KCW, who just got back from a wedding and is thus suited up.
Yeah.
And I have a flower in my lapel.
Suit up.
Yeah. Styling for this recording. I actually had like 45 minutes where I could get changed, but I want to record a podcast in a suit. Because why the fuck not?
I don't blame you.
That's style right there. So, with me, as per usual, we have Slicing Us.
Hey, never have I been more glad to live in the middle of fuck nowhere. Before this, I was at this archery range, and that takes about an hour to get there, a little under an hour. I made the return trip in like 35 minutes. Yeah, I was flying. Really glad there was no cops anywhere on the roads that I took.
Cool. And Zero.
Hey, I'm not in a suit, but I'm wearing pajamas, and that counts for something.
It does not count for manliness. That was a conversation that we had in the Skype chat while we were waiting for Slicer to get back. And we have Kenchi.
Babies hate Kenchi 618 because they know. Cats love Kenchi 618 because they know.
I'm not gonna ask. Let's just move on. We don't need to know. Don't indulge him.
Okay, that means that Kenchi618 is a baby killer, and he has copious amounts of tuna on his person at all times.
What?
I like that explanation.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the explanation.
It totally is, though. That's the official one. That's canon.
I don't care enough to fight it.
Yeah, and that's what makes it truth. Alright. I'm gonna end up sounding like I'm futzing with my mic all the time because of this fucking flower. It's fucking right there, underneath the fucking microphone, so it's gonna be going...
You can just take it off, you know.
But it's...
You're already in the suit. You don't need the flower, too.
Yeah, I guess. Hang on.
Little try-hardy.
It was a wedding.
Well, yeah, but now it's not.
Stuck in... There we go. Yeah, I guess I would have ended up with, like, sap and shit and stuff on my blazer. It's not cool.
Nobody wants sap in their blazer.
Oh, yeah, we're recording a podcast. I forgot about that.
Yeah, we're doing that.
This topic is what we're doing. So, what are we doing? We'll start with Ken.
Alright. So, what Ken has been doing is nothing short of just improving on his awesomeness. I've learned a bunch of new moves and used them in actual combat, and they work very well. So there's that. I wish you guys knew something about fighting so I could explain these moves to you.
I know something about fighting.
Grappling?
Yeah, I know a little bit, yeah.
You know what a Kimura is?
Teach me, sensei.
Okay, when someone's on the ground, on their back, you're laying across them crossways. It's side mount. You take you take the arm that you're leaning over, and try to isolate it away from their body. Place your left arm. Let's see. It's hard to explain. I can't really explain it without visual. So.
Just type it in the chat, and I will search it up, and I will learn how to fight.
Well, no, it's just a transition move. It's going for a Kimura. Going for a Kimura from side control, but instead of going for the Kimura because your opponent's fighting it, you switch to an armbar.
Oh.
For the record, I am not looking this shit up for the link dump.
I wasn't asking.
Good luck, folks out there, if you want to know what this is.
I didn't want to explain what it was, or even say what it was, because I can't explain it without...
Okay. But I know how to do an armbar, so I get that much at least.
Yeah,
so... This pin is really fucking cool. It's got like a gem design on the top of it. It's cool. Sorry, Ken, you were saying?
Yeah, other than getting better and better at being a violent human being. Let's see. Oh yeah, I might actually be getting promoted soon. Yay.
That was fast.
Woo.
Nice job.
Apparently I'm good at my job.
Kenchi's the best at his job. Because he's Kenchi.
I try to be. I try to do the best at everything I do, because I'm extremely competitive.
I wanna be...
I think we've asked this before, but has writing fanfiction helped with the job?
No. It hasn't. At all.
Oh.
It actually makes things harder because I have stray thoughts, and stray thoughts tend to stray into plot.
Oh, yeah.
So I get sidetracked extremely easily.
Yeah.
Also, and the last thing that happened this week happened yesterday. It didn't really happen to me. Last night, right now the NBA playoffs is going on. It's the first round right now. And last night the game was on between the Houston Rockets and Portland Trail Blazers. And someone from my freaking high school who graduated the same year as me hit the damn game-winning shot for the Rockets. Which was kind of cool.
Cool or jealousy-inducing?
Both.
Ah.
Because I'm doing all right. Yeah, I'm doing all right in life right now, but I'm not famous or rich, which
or
irritates
rich and
me.
famous.
Hey, you can be small-town famous if you get, big enough in the news.
I'm a producer. I'm behind the scenes, so no one's ever gonna know that I'm actually doing stuff. I get to play.
Stop doing that.
I may get to play with alligators and crocodiles at my job and shit, but I'm not famous or rich, and it irks me.
Or rich and famous.
I don't care about both. I just want one or the other. I can be fine with one or the other. Yeah. And that's my week.
Zero, I'm gonna drop you from the call.
No.
I know I've threatened it like 6 times, but I'll fucking do it this time. You don't stop going,
I'm sorry. I'll be good.
Anyway. My week has been monumental highs and self-esteem crushing lows.
Also busy because stuff's going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of new stuff happening in my town. So, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And Zero, why not? I tend to go last.
Okay, so I had a D&D session on Thursday, and we had the shortest mini boss fight / sort of boss fight we've ever had.
Did you punch explode him?
No, it lasted 1 round though.
So yes.
So basically it was like a mob type of boss where he's got a bunch of soldiers working under him. Thing is, we got permission though, because he was a traitor to the army he was working with, and the soldiers didn't know that. So we got permission from his boss to kill him. And so I found a secret passageway, so I was like in hiding, and then my party comes around, and this guy's like, he's a sort of a bard class, he's on a nightmare demon horse, right? So, our archer just starts running, sprinting, and screaming towards their camp. Shoots him, gets a critical, right? I leap out from where I'm hiding. I get 2 criticals in a row. And, cause I got a critical on him after she shot him the second time, and that knocked him out, and I had a feat so I could attack again after I defeat an enemy. And then I, basically killed his nightmare in 1 hit with another critical.
That's some lucky dice rolling. I feel like I need to play a D&D game of some sort.
Zero's dice are loaded.
Yeah.
He seems to get these things he seems to have something every week about
I never roll 20s. But when I do, they're when I need them. For example, this is a time I completely didn't need them, but there's this entrance through this mountain, there's this entrance to this cave area. And there's this crappy door, and everybody's going through the door, and I roll a 20. I say, I go through the wall. And my DM allowed it. You burst through the wall. You create a hole, and you just walk through.
How high was your strength?
21. I rolled a natural 20, and my DM kind of allows things when they're natural 20s.
That's a good roll.
So, yeah. I also had a feat so that I could sacrifice. This is homebrew, so I had a feat so I could sacrifice 1 point of health to get 1 damage armor class into hit. I sacrificed 50 when I did that critical to kill the boss. because I have an insane amount of health because I've been making a character that's basically reliant on that one feat.
I can see that being useful, yeah.
When you get like 73 health and you sacrifice 50 and then you deal an automatic 100 without rolling or adding in your bonus. Like, yeah. So yeah, that was pretty awesome. Also this week, I don't know, I was writing a little bit. I wrote a battle that was pretty manly. It was a manly battle. It's like this battle's pretty manly. That's about it.
Using manly as a verb.
I can't really think of too much else that went on this week. Besides me finding a really good fic that I want to talk about in my recommendations.
Okay.
I'm an idiot. I just said verb. I'm an adjective.
You write for a living.
Shut up. That's why I had to correct myself. Because I couldn't let that slide. And I don't
worry. I talk for what may possibly be part of a living at some point. So, my stuttering, I don't really have room to talk.
Also, Casey, I got
room to talk. Sorry.
Casey, I got Worms Armageddon, so
Yay! That's something you should have mentioned in the planning stages.
Yeah, we ran into some problems with that.
Mm.
Mainly that you can't use a controller, and the mouse controls for Worms are ass.
Yeah.
That's why you would use a keyboard, mate.
Trying using a keyboard. I don't even understand how to play it.
You kill the other worms.
I know. I'm
This is a thing we might do, but we won't be doing it tonight because Ken's got work. We'll have to figure out when we might be able to do that.
Okay. I guess I'm done for my week. I can't think of anything else.
Okay, and Slicer?
Praise the sun, motherfuckers! Dark Souls 2 is out! Yes!
Oh, God.
I spent all night playing it. I'm running on Mountain Dew right now. Okay, first off, fuck whoever decided dodge rolling is bad now. It's terrible. Also, parrying is useless because it's delayed. It's not instant anymore.
Once you get used to the dodge rolling, it becomes a lot better.
It is, yeah. You get used to it, but you still have those weird occasional hits, especially in PvP.
What do you mean parrying's different? This is important to me because I run a dex build that is very heavy on critical.
That's gonna be bad for you. Okay, you know when you hit the parry button, you just instantly bash with your shield, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now it takes about half a second. So you just...
okay. That's not so bad, because I have a bad habit of starting the parry motion when they start their attacking motion, so that's probably going to work out pretty well for me.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. It might.
I don't know. You get a high enough adaptability, though, you get invincibility frames.
That I didn't know.
So,
I'll have to up that stat. See it.
Yeah. Like, the higher it is, the faster you drink Estus, the faster you heal, the faster you move, because it boosts your agility stat.
So basically it just improves the speed of everything that you do. So
basically.
Pretty much.
Is that replacing dexterity? Because it seems like strange that they would have both of those.
It doesn't have anything to do with your roll other than adding invincibility frames. It just mainly speeds up healing and movement.
Yeah, it's a solo stat. It's a new one, I believe.
Yeah, it's new. So I pumped a lot of stuff into that, and it's been working out pretty well for me.
I'm pretty proud to say my first death was like 3 hours in, and that was because I pulled a Vegeta, and my ego was too big, so I took on the Pursuer by myself in the first encounter. A big armored knight.
I
didn't do a whole lot of damage, and I actually almost won that fight, but I rolled into a corner, and it was all downhill from there.
Oh, you haven't even gone to the Smelter Demon, have you?
No, I'm in the Iron Keep right now with that character.
Okay. Smelter Demon.
I feel so behind the times now because I'm playing the first one.
They were already talking about this one, so how do you think I feel?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's country here.
Yeah. Slicer, you can go through the entire. Slicer, you can go through the entire Iron Keep without fighting the Smelter Demon. But what fun is that?
Yeah,
none,
don't be a coward.
I'd imagine. I'm trying to collect all the boss souls. I doubt I'm going to use any of them, because, I don't know. Oh, and if anybody's concerned about the, when you pre-order the game, you get a crap ton of equipment but it's all useless, all of it.
Oh, that's good to know.
Maybe one of the swords is decent, but it's just terrible. They're not good. Like, I don't consider a shield unless it blocks 100% of physical, and that really narrows it down in Dark Souls 2. Almost none of the smaller shields, or even the medium ones, block 100.
Yeah, I play a Dex character, so...
Brother!
Like, I like Ricard's Rapier in Dark Souls 2.
Brother!
It has S-class scaling for Dex.
I'm the one who suggested that.
And the strong attack, you can push the button twice to hit 3 times really fast, then 3 times even faster, and then a finisher.
Yeah.
In PvP, that is godlike.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of sheer damage,
PvP.
It does a crap ton of damage, like, normally with that strong attack, because people will literally just run right at you. And then you can get them, because it has so much reach, right as they're running at you, and take their life down to at least half.
And nice. You remember when you said Dex builds suck? Way back when I first started playing.
That is one... You're taking advantage of the hit stun thing, and you can kill somebody in one combo doing that. I've gotten killed like that before.
You can also give
Bellkeepers, so I'm PvPing a lot.
You can also give poison or bleed to Ricard's Rapier. It'll make the damage crap, but you will always inflict it with a strong attack. Instantly inflict it. It's so great.
I'm thankfully not to the point where people are using weapons like that yet.
Frickin', I love it. That and the Black Steel Katana, because that's like one of the most powerful Dex weapons in the entirety of the game.
Mm.
So you have one.
Where are you finding these things?
The Alon Knights dropped the Black Steel Katanas in the Iron Keep.
Oh, those guys. Okay.
It's a rare drop. Ricard's Rapier I found at the bottom of a hole.
Why did they put that in the second game, by the way? That was a weapon in the first game.
I don't know. It's just...
they have a number of equipments.
It's just...
Like, they got Havel's armor, they got the Knight set.
Yeah.
I've been using the Knight set on my Sorcerer.
Is it in Lordran again?
Yeah, it's implied that it's far in the future of Lordran. It's implied. Because a lot of the things are similar. You meet basically somebody who looks almost exactly like Ornstein as a boss.
Fucking Ornstein.
He doesn't have a Smaug, though. So.
Yeah.
By the way, I beat that boss first try.
Which one?
Ornstein and Smaug.
Okay.
I told you about it. It only took all of my Estus.
Yeah, you were...
And humanity.
You were pretty happy.
Twin humanities. Literally everything, and I was almost dead by the end of it. And that includes summoning Solaire, but never mind. I did it first time. You can't take that away from me.
Yeah, you're probably better off not even summoning Solaire. The amount of health he drains from... Like, the damage he can do does not off-put the health that the enemies gain.
Yeah, but I'm a fractal speedster, so I needed the distraction.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay, yeah, that's probably worth it then. Speaking of bosses, though, I'm really disappointed with the Dark Souls 2 bosses. Like, not just the unimaginativeness, but every boss after, like, half the game is just waves of whatever the boss is. Like, there's, you know how some bosses, there was 2 of them? Like, the Bell Tower, or the...
Yeah, the Gargoyles.
Yeah, there was 2 there, but you could handle them. I mean, you could usually kill the first one before the second one really got its bearings.
Yeah.
Pretty much,
there's a boss fight in 2 where there's 6 gargoyles.
Yeah, that was fun.
6.
And the area before
and it's right at the end of the Bell Tower Covenant, so you can't summon help. Or if you can, but it's pretty hard.
Help is summoned against you. Rather.
Yeah.
That actually sounds really disappointing.
It is,
because the thing about Dark Souls is one enemy is kind of terrifying a lot of the time. But now it just sounds like the spamming mooks at you.
When you fight more than 3 enemies.
That's really, though... that's not... That's only one boss fight, though. Like, there are some really good boss fights in Dark Souls 2. I'm
still pretty unsatisfied with them, but I'm not all the way through the game either, so...
Yeah. Have you, I don't think you fought the I don't remember her name is, but the big spider lady. She shoots a laser which can instant kill you.
No, actually, I haven't.
There's another big spider lady.
Yeah, but it's a Dukeseer Freya.
I think she's a scorpion, actually.
No,
yeah,
no. There's a scorpion. Different. There's a scorpion in this, and then there's Dukeseer Freya. There's also one boss that has an entire room filled with poison, and yeah, like the entire floor is poison, and it heals by poison. So you have to like find a way to drain the room's poison before you even get into the boss fight, or else it's impossible.
Wait, that's what you're supposed to do? Yeah. I just summoned 2 high-level Sunbros and just destroyed her.
I burned the windmill, which drained the thing, and then...
Oh, okay. Yeah. Then yeah, I did that. There's still some around the outside of it, so yeah.
Yeah.
Sunbros.
Yeah. There are some very fun covenants in that game, though.
And they work. I'm really impressed that they actually work.
Yeah. If you want to feel like a real complete douche, do the Rat Keeper Covenant.
Oh god, those assholes. I've only had 3 encounters with them. Every time they run and hit and run, and they're always clerics with lightning spears.
I only encountered one rat or 2 rats that tried to kill me. One of them I killed easily because he just stood there. It was just like, bye. And he tried to come and kill me with a twin blade of all things.
Oh.
So, yeah. The other one just
can't imagine
sniped
that fight
me.
Would last very long.
The other one just sniped me, and that was in the harder Rats dungeon.
Anyway, let's stop talking about Dark Souls so Ken can contribute something.
Okay.
We're
sorry.
That's literally all I've been doing. I mean, I know it came out Friday morning or something. I don't know. I slept through the 24th because I didn't want to deal with it. My entire week leading up to Dark Souls was just in a daze, I suppose.
I might pick it up on Monday.
You should.
Dark Souls is a man's game.
Play the first one.
No, actually start with the second one. They're not connected
really?
story-wise, so play the second one because it's arguably the most forgiving. Then go to 1, then go to Demon Souls if you have a PS3. You do, don't you? Okay, yeah.
Arguably the most forgiving. There's the fact that every time you die, it lowers your health.
That is, that's not fun at all.
Yeah, but once you get a ring of life and protection, like a ring of life and protection, your health never goes down. You just have to repair the ring every time. Which is annoying, but yeah.
Oh, one last thing though. Dark Souls 2 is a game, and Dark Souls 1 is, I don't know what to term it, but I'm going to go with adventure. Because you can just, even at level 1 with rags and a dagger, you can complete that game. You can complete Dark Souls 1 with a rag and a dagger. It's because of the dodge rolling, mostly, but, I mean, you can do it. In Dark Souls 2, you really need to level up to go places, and it's pretty linear. At least it feels more linear than 1. I don't know.
I'm not hearing many good things. Well, I'm not hearing a lot of things that I liked about Dark Souls in Dark Souls 2.
It's not necessarily...
I'm having fun with it. It's just, like, I have my complaints.
It's like the 4 Great King Souls, you can get them in any order you want in Dark Souls 2. You know that, right?
Really? There are 4 Great Souls in this game, too.
They are literally the exact same... They are the same ones from Dark Souls 1, but they were taken by other things. Or rather, your Dark Souls 1 character gave it to things. He's a jerk.
Course.
So blame your Dark Souls 1 character. Who you get to kill.
Okay, wait. Would this be going with the fire ending or the dark ending, then?
Dark.
Okay. I guess that means I was right, Slicer, about the ending.
I guess so, yeah.
That it doesn't mean it turns everything to shit.
Or it could, and so much time passed that it got better. Who knows?
It's a thing. It got better. Anyway, I guess we're moving on to me, unless you've got anything else, Slicer?
No, that's it.
Okay, I took Zero's suggestion of watching No Game, No Life. It's a good show. It's a little bit weird.
I really like the 3rd episode. That's like my
especially
favorite.
visually. It's visually very strange.
it's very bright.
It looks like it's got this strange multicolored filter over the screen all the time, and it's done the only other thing I've seen it in is the My Little Pony thing where the lines are colored rather than being solid black. So it all feels very homogenized. It doesn't look like things are separate. It all feels like one big blur of color. It's very strange. I don't think I like it.
I should definitely know it because artist friends, but yeah, it's slipping my mind.
Yeah, I don't like the style, to be honest. But
well, you do have problems with your eyes, technically. So I can understand, like, you have vision problems.
So isn't really the same thing. Aside from that, I like the plot. I like the characters. To what extent we've seen of them. It's a pretty good show. But there's only 3 episodes, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
I'm actually getting in on the ground floor of something rather than waiting until the season's almost over and start watching it then.
You could start reading the light novels if you want.
I could, but I don't want to.
Yeah. I read ahead, and it's gonna get very epic. Because these are games which, what they put at stake gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and the games themselves become more and more sort of interesting. Extreme, really.
Okay. What else did I do this week? Oh yeah, I started posting content on the Fandom Flux channel.
Wow.
I commented first.
Yeah, you fucking did.
On the first
I said no, on the first video.
Do it.
On the first video of the first channel, I put, like, on the first video of the channel, I put, I know this will piss you off, Casey, but I have to do it first.
Was it actually the first video, or was it the first episode?
First video.
Okay.
So the channel intro thing?
Yep.
Okay. Zero's a douche.
I just had to. And somebody had to do it.
Yeah, there are 6 episodes as of this recording on the YouTube channel. I'm posting 3 of them every 2 days. So that means there will be 9 up on tomorrow, and 12 up on Tuesday, and 15 on Thursday. The plan is... God, that fucking pizza's repeating on me a little bit. The plan is to get everything sorted by about mid-May, so that we're caught up and releasing the newest episode on YouTube and on the Blogspot page at the same time. That's the plan.
On the site, hopefully, by then.
Anyone want to help me build a website? It's taking fucking ages.
I can ask, actually.
Yeah.
My mom knows how to build websites.
I think I have to do it myself, because it uses the proprietary fucking system thing, fucking one.com. Yeah. So it'll take me a while because I'm lazy and I don't really want to do it and I want to just make content. Such is the way with people who make things, I guess. They want to make the things they want to make.
We can just stick to YouTube then. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, we should have our own space. And Blogspot, while satisfactory, isn't really our own space.
Yeah.
Aside from that... Oh yeah, I posted the first episode of the Let's Play. I'm going to be putting more up at some point. Probably today. I don't know. There'll be more up by the time this episode gets released.
It literally opens with me asking a stupid question.
And me answering, saying, "Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Nice for you to remind me."
Team Goon.
Yeah, we were so on the ball for that recording, and for everything afterwards.
Hashtag Team Goon.
We're not there yet.
Don't spoil it, Zero. Gotta stop saying. What else did I do? Fucking. Oh yeah, I started playing Dark Souls. Maybe we should talk about that for half an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Dex build. I am like halfway through the game. I've just gotten the Lord Vessel and stuff. So it's a fun game. It took like 6 times for me to get into it.
Yeah.
6 attempts and restarts.
Yeah, Dex build is really good in Dark Souls 1.
Once you can warp around, it gets a lot more fun, I suppose.
Yeah. Once you get used to it in Dark Souls 2, it gets even better. Because of wielding.
I said again. Stop it, Carl. Casey. Carl. Fuck. Yeah. Fuck.
Just go. Just continue. Proceed.
All right.
Actual topic time, maybe?
Actual topic time. Bleach is next.
Great.
Yeah. I can't remember whether I did anything else, so Bleach is next. I don't even remember what happened in Bleach.
You don't remember what
I
happened?
don't either. I read it too, and I don't
remember what happened.
really...
I read it, and all I've got in my notes is ... I honestly got nothing. That's what I wrote for my notes on the chapter.
You don't remember what happened?
I don't think anything offensive happened this time. Offensive to my brain.
No,
Apparently,
not really.
Well, if you need recollection, Imagination Lad, as we have so affectionately dubbed him because we do not know his name,
Not anymore.
is freaking out because Gazraki cut through his meteor. And when given a definition of why this occurred, Zaraki said, "Oh, my Zanpakuto cuts through anything." I don't know if that's just him being Zaraki or if that's actually what his thing does.
Probably what his thing does.
If you remember, that's what happened to Ichigo's Zangetsu. When they first fought, he just sliced right through it.
And they made a big thing of him slicing through buildings during that fight, too.
So it's not like it hasn't been foreshadowed or anything, but...
Well, anyway, apparently, Imagination Lad's imagination lets him make more than just one copy of himself. So he made like 12 of them.
Yeah.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Why not make 100?
Meteors and shadow clones. Yep.
Why not make 100? Why not make 1,000,000? And just, like, suffocate him.
Well, if you make 100 or whatever, any more than that, you'd probably just suffocate yourself. You just bury everyone, including yourself.
And then pretty much all that happened from that point forward was Zaraki killed him.
Oh, there was one specific thing. Imagination Lad was thinking like, oh, he's a monster. And Zaraki goes, you just imagined me being a monster, didn't you? And then he kills him. So...
Wait, do his powers cancel when he dies?
That's the big question, isn't it? Because the Yachiru thing says yes, they do. The meteor thing, and what he actually says about the meteor thing, says they don't. So, who fucking knows?
Yeah, I don't
Kubo's
think
making
So
a
is
shit
Zaraki going to
He probably
become some horrendous monster eventually, or...?
he already is a monster. That's probably the what he meant when he made the assumption that was what he was thinking about.
Fucking Bleach. I had absolutely nothing to say about it, and I'm still pissed off at the chapter. I don't know why.
Because it was for someone dying, nothing happened. For a Zanpakuto reveal and and a bad guy dying, nothing happened.
Yeah, supposedly the strongest of the bad guys, aside from the head honcho.
They're kind
that's
of
what
hurrying
happened in
through
this
it, though.
chapter.
So I mean, what was going to happen? He throws more imaginary things, and Zaraki cuts through them. That would be the extent of the battle.
Yay.
Ironically, the lava thing would have actually beat him.
The imagination thing would have been the thing where he imagined himself losing would have been more interesting ending to that fight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it would.
that would have
I
been
would
the
have
best.
loved that. That would have been great. But no. He has to get cut in half because that's the cool thing to happen.
Well, it kind of is, but...
Not in Bleach. Everyone
That
gets
happens
cut in
all the
half.
time. People, like, spew fountains of blood when they die and then don't die somehow.
Yeah,
And
you gotta
shit.
keep it the theme. Kubo
Okay.
knows where his bread is buttered.
Naruto.
I do remember Naruto, actually.
Yep.
Mostly because it's so... When did Sasuke get a Rinnegan? When
last
did this
chapter.
happen? I don't...
Like last chapter.
He
I
went
probably
through a
should have read the
bullshit-
last, 5.
He went through a
but-
bullshit dream sequence just like Naruto did.
God. Yeah, I should have read the last 5 or something, because...
It didn't happen in the last 5
I
or
need
something.
context. This chapter made no fucking sense. like,
I'd just like to point
Why does
out
Matter
that
look different? What happened to him?
I don't know, who cares? So Naruto forgot Shukaku's name. The one of the tailed beasts, aside from maybe Kurama, that he should probably remember.
Oh,
having,
you mean the one that they actually called by name the entire time?
Yep, that one.
What's his name?
Shukaku, it was the one tail. Gar's one.
That's his name? What did he call him?
Shikaku.
Because the
called it
translation I read was Shikaku.
Yeah,
no, he
Shukaku.
didn't know his name. He forgot his name.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. The one that he really should have known because he's always known it by that name. And he forgot it. Yet somehow he remembers the giant ape's name. Though in fairness, the giant ape's name was Son Goku, so it's not difficult to remember.
Well, for us, I mean, in that universe, they probably don't have a big Chinese tail thing that it comes from.
I guess. Or a manga. Actually, they do have manga in that universe, don't they? Or something like it.
I don't know.
Who cares?
They have the movies, the Princess Gale thing, but that was filler, so I'm not sure if that's canon, or I don't know.
Everything's feudal Japan, except, oh wait, they also have movies.
And
Somehow.
radios, and telephone poles, and electricity, and yeah.
TV and videotapes.
Oh yeah, the Forest of Death recording thing.
Yeah.
They had tapes for that.
And cameras to record them with.
Let's not get into how Naruto
yeah.
makes absolutely no sense. And it's an anachronism stew. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for Naruto. Oh wait, he can apparently use anything with the Rasengan now.
Yeah, it really pisses me off.
It's like, what, months of training to get the fucking wind, his natural release down. And now he's got all of these other ones and he can just do it like he's not even nothing.
Well, if you get the memories from Ashura, I think his ancestor was. If you get the memories of that, then somebody else trained in his stead, I suppose.
It's even worse.
It's still stupid. I'm not denying that, but at least it's explainable in some fashion.
I don't even think they're going to try to explain it.
I'm curious what the ending of this series is going to be. Is
Sasuke
one of these
becomes the
douchebags
Hokage
actually
and
going to
Naruto
become
dies to make it
Hokage?
happen.
Do you think it's
Much.
actually going to happen? Do you think it's
Yes.
actually going to matter that it happens?
But what's going to matter? I was talking over you.
That they become Hokage, one of them, either of them, who cares?
The way the series is going, it's going to be Sasuke, and Naruto is going to, I don't know,
Die.
take the high road or something, and then not to get together with Hinata because, fuck, God,
He's got to finish.
damn it.
He's got to finish the Ninja Jesus allegory. He's got to die.
Yeah. Also, cool your tits, sis Lysa.
No.
He's not you.
I'm still waiting for them to at least,
They're not
mention
going
it
to.
maybe.
They're not
Anything?
going to. They're not
They're
going
not
to.
going to, and I've
This is
explained
shown-
why as well.
This is shonen. They don't resolve romantic tension in shonen.
Mention it offhand. Anything. This is ridiculous.
This is what you want.
I don't even know what I want anymore.
I've already explained it. Naruto's not interested, and he's acknowledging it by not acknowledging it. Just ignore it and hope it goes away.
Wow, I suddenly hate him a lot.
Yeah.
Like, more than I did before. I didn't know that was possible.
Yeah. That character sucks. All of them suck. Every single one.
Male ones, anyway. I don't know, Ino's kind of annoying. Sakura was terrible at first. She's getting better slightly.
Has she actually done anything?
Debatable. I suppose
doing
healing
some-
people is something, but
She's doing
I mean,
something inside of Obito's world thing. I don't remember what that is exactly.
Hmm.
Healing Kakashi, I think. I don't know. He was probably about to lose his eye.
yeah, most likely.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't he already? I thought Madara or whatever ripped it out. Like,
Yeah, that's what it looked like to
in
me
a
in the
single
chapter.
panel too.
Well, if that happened in a single panel, then it happened, but I don't think I saw it happen. I'm not sure.
I think it
that
might
sentence
have,
made a
but
whole lot of sense.
manga tend to not be very clear when it comes to this kind of thing.
Nah.
You find
far
out that it
behind is the
happens
anime,
by
anyway?
the fact that it already happened. Sorry?
How far behind is the anime, anyway?
Ken, this is a question for you because I
I
don't
don't
know.
watch it.
Oh.
It's in the war.
Ah.
But they're making like a bunch of different side stories to handle the shit that didn't get touched on at all. That you thought.
You mean to
would've
say
been.
nobody cares about?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. As for me, I'm just playing Yandere Clicker and stabbing Senpai.
What?
You got that link too? That actually crashed my Chrome, so I'm not even going to touch that game as much as I want to.
You can toggle the knives.
Okay, did I forget any links? I've got me in a suit and Yandere Clicker.
Why do you have a link for you in a suit?
Because he
I'm
wants
gonna
people to see him
put
in
a picture
suit.
up
Ah,
because
okay.
I look
See it.
awesome.
Alright.
Anything else?
I
Get
think
some
we're
more
good on
shipments so I can stab Senpai more.
I think we're good on this topic.
Yeah, this
I was
went
asking
weird places
any
quick.
links that I missed out on.
Don't believe so.
I guess Dark Souls 2.
I guess. I actually meant to mention, I've been watching a lot of, what's his non-Rooster Teeth name? Lieutenant M. Killa? Or something like that? It's
Oh,
Michael
yeah.
from Rooster Teeth. I've been watching his Let's Plays. It's
Yeah,
hilarious.
when I subscribed to Slicer, I've just... everything in his activity feed. I linked him to the Cloudberry Kingdom Let's Play by Achievement Hunter. And ever since then, he's just been watching video after video by Achievement Hunter or by Michael from Achievement Hunter. So
It's funny.
yeah, Resident Evil 4 Let's Play, and now the Dead Space Let's Play. You've been binge watching a little bit.
A little bit. I do that. That's really the only way I watch series, actually. I can't watch them, like, one at a time over a large period of time.
Same.
I mean, like, freshly released stuff is different, but stuff that's already there, complete, I can't just split it up.
You
at
can't
once
just
or
put
nothing.
you can't put it down. It's like potato chips. You can't have just one.
Yes, you can.
Likewise, I actually can't stop playing Dark Souls, so I'm doing both at the same time. I'm listening to the Dead Space Let's Play, and I've had the volume way down in Dark Souls 2, so I have no idea how my connection is handling it, but it is fairly well,
Neither do
actually.
Oh, Dark Souls tends to crash my connection. I don't know why.
Mm.
I get like half an hour and then it's just down. Oh no, we need to boot you back to the title screen for no reason.
It doesn't do that, by the way. My side note. It just announces that you're in offline, and everything disappears, like the orange messages and the summon signs.
Oh, that's so much better. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so much better. Anyway, I think that's everything for
Yep.
the mangas and stuff, because we don't do One Piece, because One Piece tends to be good. Not that I've read it in a while, but
40,000 stabs per second on Senpai.
really?
I'm sorry, I can't. The Yandere has to stab her Senpai.
Okay.
All I
So the
know
next
is that
topic.
One Piece is still good because my friend is still smug about it. The bastard.
Because who is still smug?
My friend of mine who likes One Piece. Storm Arrow.
Oh, right. Okay. Stop saying Cookie cutter authors. This was a question that we got from Quickie, I think it was.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
thinking Tempest, but that's probably because the name and the Pokemon Let's Play.
Yeah, no. Quickie asked us a question, and we didn't have time to do it last week, so we're going to do it this week. And it's pretty much a full topic on its own. It's the kind of author where they have a plot and they do the same thing over and over, more or less, with a bit of variation, but not as much as you might like.
Let's see. Broomstick Flyer used to be a pretty great author, but now he's doing literally the exact same thing with minor variations. It's like all he releases is post-series HP stuff. Harry, Hermione getting together, discovering how they've been portrayed, stuff like that. It's, every chapter is the exact same.
Yeah, it's a thing. I don't have much to say about it. It's nice to see for the first thing that you read from them, but if you like it enough that you look at their other stuff, then you see, oh, this is the other thing that I just read, and you end up disappointed by it.
Yeah. I always try to differentiate my stories.
You have some pretty great variety, actually, so you're not in danger of falling into that yet.
Thank goodness.
Oh.
I'm so relieved.
Yeah.
It's a lot of my, like, I feel like some of my crossovers, like the fact that, oh, this is after P3, like that part might make them similar-ish. And then, you know, I don't know, I get worried.
It's the nature of crossovers, though. They have to have similar starting points and stuff like that.
Yeah. I
It's
really don't
really
like
hard to
writing the
change
same
those
thing.
up to be original with it.
Yeah. 926,000 stabs per second.
Right.
Shut up, Zero.
Who writes Harry Crow? The name escapes me
Robst,
right now.
I think.
That's it. His stuff is just outside the range of that. Like, I can still read his stuff, because it's just different enough. Then again, I have a really high tolerance for Harry Hermione stuff.
Apparently.
So, yeah.
Is there conflict in that story yet?
Probably not. I don't know. I've been letting it update, so I've got like 15 chapters I haven't read yet.
Okay.
Oh, enjoy reading their next 3 party planning sessions and the parties that they have, because they have parties.
Pretty much. That's it.
So
Yep.
many fucking parties.
That's why I'm letting it build up. Actually, I'm hoping something interesting happens, because reading that update by update was just boring.
You don't like parties? Who doesn't like parties?
I don't, actually. I don't like parties.
I don't either.
Yeah. It was so good for like 2 chapters when they had, what was his name? Rookwood planning his escape from Azkaban. And he like pulled out his teeth and stuff to make a pendant so that he could like ward off Dementors or something.
He made kind of a wand thing out of like straw and his blood, and it was actually really cool. It's the most original escape I've ever seen.
And then they escaped, and they link up with Voldemort, woo! And we almost have a conflict, and then they have a shitty plan. It doesn't work, obviously, and then they do nothing for the next 30 chapters.
To be fair, Bellatrix was pregnant, so I mean that, and Voldemort wanted an heir out of it or something, so there was a reason for it. It just wasn't very good.
Anyway, we were talking about cookie cutter authors, and I don't see that many of them, to be honest. Maybe I'm just avoiding them, or maybe I just read one story about someone and I think, oh, that's cool, and then I look at the other stories and oh, that's pretty much the same thing, that's pretty much the same thing, and then I just ignore them. I don't know, maybe. But I don't see
You might
a lot of
also
that.
read one story from a guy, go to another story, and then go back to the first guy's second story, and, you know, make the connection that it's similar, but since it's been a while since you read it, it doesn't really hit as hard.
Who was the author, dude, that was the one that sparked this question from What's-His-Face?
I think it was VF Snake. I'm not sure. I'll look it up. I think it was VF Snake.
He's in a similar situation to Robst, actually. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe recently. He had a lot of variety back in the day, but it's kind of samey.
Yeah, here it is, I think. Yeah, what do you guys think about cookie cutter authors? Example, VF Snake. Plot of his fics usually goes in 3 directions. 1, Tsunade banishes Naruto from the village. Naruto finds a power-up. Naruto then uses said power-up to bang Hinata, plus a few more. Then blow up the Leaf Village. 2, Naruto gets a power-up, Kakashi/Jiraiya/Hiruzen hate Naruto for insert reason here. Naruto beats Big Bad and becomes Hokage, or goes to another village. 3. Naruto gets adopted, air quotes. Gets power up. Pwns everyone. Really, come quicker, use the word pwns. Really? Whatever.
I used the word raffle stomp earlier, and I'm not normally one to use that word, but that's what it was.
What does that even mean? Hold on.
I don't know.
Raffle stomp even imply?
It means you beat someone so badly that it was hilarious.
Or you're
I was
so
on my
hard
way to
that
the
you
boss
stomp
with
somebody.
2 high-level Sun Bros, and somebody tried to invade me. A basic, low-level character spawned in 2 feet in front of me. He died so fast it wasn't even funny. He didn't even spawn in all the way. He just... Wow, it was a hurricane of giant swords.
And we just literally got another question. Whether we do it or not, I guess we'll base on whether we've got time at the end.
Well,
fair enough.
Can you say what it is, or...?
If we say it, we'll have to answer it.
Yeah, we'll get to it if we get
Fair
to
enough.
it. If not, we'll do it next week. Yeah, that was by Neil. So, Neil, bear with us. Right, we're still talking about cookie cutter authors. Do we have anything else to say? Basically, the idea was you can mix and match those plots and they'll all come out to be something written by VF Snake.
Pretty much. Oh, he also gets with Hinata in basically every one of those, by the way. That's,
In
maybe
fairness,
why
that's
more...
almost every Naruto story that isn't, slash fiction.
Yeah, maybe why I'm probably a little more forgiving of him than a lot of people.
It's probably why
Yeah.
I never write that pairing.
I have my flaws, okay?
Yeah, if it's something that you like to see in a story, then you might be more tolerant of seeing something very similar coming from the same author more than once. That being said, it's still not a good thing, and it doesn't speak well of the writer if they can't think of new ideas and make them interesting. But I'm not going to judge someone on something like that, considering how little I write. They probably write more than me, so...
I think it's probably time to switch series at that point. Like,
yeah, try something
I ran
completely
into a
brand new.
Naruto, and then I switched to... I don't know what the order was, but I switched to a lot of different stuff. Branched out.
Yeah, try new shit. See what works.
That doesn't mean make more crossovers with the exact same theme. Like, away from Naruto. Nothing to do with Naruto.
Yeah.
Or One Piece, or Persona, or whatever you're stuck on.
Actually, no, stick with One Piece, because there aren't enough One Piece fics. Seriously. Someone write a good One Piece fic.
That's hard to do, because it's fucking linear. It's a very linear story.
Linear.
Linear,
What?
whatever. Linear.
There you
linear,
go.
Linear, whatever. Fucking
Linear.
linear.
There's an A in there.
I can spell it and I know what it means. That's all that matters.
Actually,
You
near
write for a
and
living.
Linear are spelled
Exactly.
very
I
similar.
write for a meeting. I write for a living, not talk. I don't have to fucking know how
Exactly.
to say it. I just have to know how to spell it and what it means and how to use it.
And now you know why I correct everyone's pronunciation. Because I talk.
So, by the way, I just want to add in that I am stabbing Senpai at 5,500,000,000,000
I will
times
find a
for
way
a
to
second.
remotely crash your computer. I will do it. Somehow.
His body is dust at this point. Stop stabbing the fucker. And we're
6
moving
billion,
on to
500
the...
million.
Shut up! We're moving on to the next topic.
Okay.
Marvel vs. DC.
I'm
Comic
just gonna
stuff.
get a nap in if you guys don't mind.
Superhero stuff. What, you don't care about superheroes?
Not even remotely.
Really?
No.
Not at all.
Nope.
That's
I'll watch the
weird.
movies because they're entertaining, but I don't care.
You just made me sad, side.
Yeah.
Alright then, whatever. Slicer doesn't want to be a part of it. He doesn't have to be.
I honestly don't know as to which I prefer. Because both have some great stuff, and both have some really shitty stuff too.
Yeah. I've been really into Marvel recently. Like, more so than DC.
Same.
You know, because they've just been doing really well, like not just in comics but in movies too and everything.
I
Yeah.
think the 90s hit the DC side of things too hard.
Yeah, DC confuses me now. Like, DC has too many fucking alternate realities and shit. It's confusing to me.
At least with Marvel, it's all in some sort of same world. Sort of.
Did you say Marvel?
Marvel.
Marvel. When's Marvel? Yeah. I can't
He's
help
from
it.
Jersey.
My dad's from the East Coast. I learned how
Oh,
to
is he
speak
actually
to
from
him.
Jersey?
Yeah, he actually is from Jersey.
Oh,
Jersey.
cool.
So, part of it rubs off. You know. Marvel. But, yeah, so, one of the things that actually really brought me back to, or one of the things that really brought me into reading a lot of comics, aside from, actually, you know what I've been liking a lot from Marvel was Deadpool. Deadpool's been very good.
I've never liked the idea of Deadpool. Sorry. Because
Too much fourth wall humor gets to me.
Yeah.
So.
I like Deadpool, but not as a main character.
Well, it's interesting. I've been reading the comics, and the current writers of him have been doing a very good job. Not just as making him funny, but as actually giving him depth and character development, which is really cool to see. Because you don't normally think, yeah, he's just a funny character, but they're actually showing that, yeah, there can be more to him, than just this. And like the arc where they really get down and do that is like one of the best arcs of anything I've ever read. So, yeah.
Better than the Doctor Octopus Spider-Man thing?
That relies way too much on suspension of disbelief. That really does. Superior Spider-Man, it's fun, but in terms of character development, I'd have to say it goes down to actually Deadpool. By the way, that series ended. Peter Parker's back in his own body.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah.
Well, that's how it had to end. I mean,
it was kind of sad though, because at the end, like the fragments of Peter's mind that were stuck behind in the body, and like Dr. Octopus, he's like, in the end, you are the superior Spider-Man, and then he erases his own memories from Spider-Man's body because he realizes that he's not sufficient enough to save everybody. And so Spider-Man can't have any distractions, so he has to remove himself and basically kill himself. So it's a very good ending. It felt a little bit rushed, is the only thing I can really say, but all in all, it was pretty good.
Isn't that kind of a thing in most Spider-Man arcs have in common? The kind of rushed ending?
Yeah. Oh, also, Deadpool got married.
What?
Yeah. He got married to a succubus queen. Succubus queen. Succubus. Sorry.
Wow, that's one way to say it.
Yep.
Sorry.
The wrong way, but okay.
Succubus. Sorry.
Succubus.
But it's like it was a very like kind of off the wall storyline. But like I don't know. She's immortal. He's immortal. Her kiss kills a man. He can't die. So it works in just logically like that.
Mechanical terms, yes, it works.
Yeah,
I suppose.
But like,
How did
I don't know.
he's like a living wart? How the hell does that? I don't even want to.
She's
think
the
about
queen
that.
of monsters. Seriously, you think she cares? She called him handsome.
That's a fair point.
So, the one person who could possibly think he's handsome.
Okay.
Tumor. The word I was looking for was tumor, not wart.
Yeah, tumor. Because he had cancer, and his whole body's cancer. And on that note, 14 billion stabs per second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, but, yeah, Deadpool got married, and there was a humongous bachelor party. That's great. And Captain
Zero.
America and Wolverine were there. Yeah?
Zero, do me a favor.
What?
Close that fucking tab, please.
I can't stop.
Close it.
Senpai needs to
Close
love
it.
me.
Alt F4.
I'm sorry, Senpai. The knife will always be stained with your blood. I clicked Ulta.
Yeah, that wasn't creepy or anything.
See, I
Sorry.
originally asked this comic question because I was thinking of writing either a DC or a Marvel fic.
What are the premises behind them?
I don't know yet.
Yeah, DC has too many alternate universes, though. That's the thing.
Unless you ignore them, in which case it has exactly the right number of alternate universes.
I was gonna
Most people just use Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, and then just add in whatever they want. That's really it.
I was gonna straight up ignore all the alternate. I was gonna stick with New Earth universes or universe.
I know very little about this stuff.
You've lost me completely.
I know about the heavy hitters. I know about Superman and Batman. And
It's basically what you know. What you know.
Okay, the basic stuff. And Green Lantern. Green Lantern's cool, by the way. I like that stuff.
He's not, though. I mean, his powers are cool, but he, as a person, is not.
Which one?
Any of them. Any of the human ones. They're all boring.
Kyle Rayner was kind of cool. As a concept. As the Green Lantern who felt fear. I thought that was pretty cool.
Wasn't he the ginger one?
I think that was Guy Gardner. Not sure.
I don't know.
Yeah. I like Green Lantern. And Green Arrow. The TV show, Arrow, has actually got me into Green Arrow.
Which one do you like?
That.
It is a really good show.
I wanted to watch it since it came out, but I just am never home, and I don't have a DVR.
It is so good. Watch it through entirely legitimate channels, Kenchi.
Hulu probably has it. I mean, you have to deal with the ads, but...
But yeah, it is a really good show and definitely worth watching. I know, like, almost nothing about the character except for the fact that he's kind of a knockoff of Batman.
A little bit, yeah.
But with a bow and arrow.
His parents die too? Or is that like...
I don't know about the comic origin story, but I think it's pretty different in the TV show. He was on a boat with his dad and his lover, who was not his girlfriend at the time, and the boat gets wrecked. His dad kills himself, asking Oliver Queen, the would-be Green Arrow, to right all his wrongs and all the horrible things he's done. And shoots himself in the face.
He couldn't do that himself, or did he have like cancer? Like cancer
they were on
or
a
something?
life raft, and there was only enough water for one person. So
Oh,
he
I
shot
see.
the other guy in the boat and himself in the face, and left Oliver to survive.
Yeah, Green Arrow's origin in the comics is like his parents get mauled by an animal while they're on safari or something, and he's afraid to shoot the animal, so they just die in front of him.
Wow. Okay, that's a different origin.
And then later on in life, he gets marooned on an island. He was on a boat.
Yeah, that's
And
the TV origin. He gets marooned on an island for 5 years.
And he has to get good with the bow and arrow. He has to actually kill things with the bow and arrow and get good at it, or he'll die.
Again, very similar. Though I don't
Is
know
the
whether
Survivor's
Slade Wilson
Guild
was on that
written
island
well?
in the
Because
in the
both of
comics.
those endings mean Survivor's Guild.
Sorry?
Is the Survivor's Guild written well? Because both endings, or both of those, lead
In the
to
show,
that.
yes.
Yeah. I just want to throw this out there, but anybody ever watch Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I watched the first episode that had J. August Richards as the guy with the super strength that was going kind of crazy. If they had made him a regular cast member, I probably would have continued watching it. As it is now.
He does show up. You're talking about the black guy who's really, really strong and like has a son. Yeah, he shows. He becomes actually a recurring character.
Really?
Yeah.
I might have to pick that show up again then.
Not like in every episode, but he becomes sort of a a minor Marvel character that actually appears in the comics.
Is the Heroes for Hire thing? I can't remember what the name of the character was.
No, he doesn't become Luke Cage.
That's the one.
No. Not him, but he does. He becomes I don't want to spoil anything, but he does become basically a minor Marvel character. But it's doing very well right now. The series, like they're having a lot more of the actual comic book like villains and everything come out now, and Hydra showed up because Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's gotten really interesting now.
I'll have to start catching up then.
Yeah, like you can see it getting better as you watch it. Because at first you're kind of shaky on it, like I'll just, why not? And then you start noticing it gets better. They got Stiffen from Thor.
Yeah,
like,
I remember reading the review for that one.
So they're integrating it pretty well, making it its own thing. So I don't know. Maybe you could watch it just. I don't know. It starts out pretty rough. I'm just gonna say that. It really does.
Watch it, and if it grabs your attention after a few episodes, give a review or something on it.
Yeah, because like like the part with like Hydra gets really really good. Like that's. But yeah, so.
I don't know. I don't think it's going to stack up to Arrow because they just did like the Suicide Squad stuff, and it's so great. It's really a great show, and everyone should watch it. But
I need to start watching that.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the next season of Walking Dead and Sleepy Hollow. So. Yeah.
I don't watch Walking Dead and Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah.
As in Headless Huntsman.
Yeah, it was.
It's a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. I started that out at the same time I started Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And whereas Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. took a little while to get better, this took a little while to get better, but when it got better, it got really good. So, okay. I enjoyed that. Still, Walking Dead, main character bit out a dude's throat, so. It's pretty awesome.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Sidetracked. So
which
Kenchi,
is better,
which one?
Marvel films or DC films?
Marvel,
it feels
Marvel,
really obvious.
Marvel films.
Hey, in fairness, you've got
Superman.
the Batman films.
Yeah, the Batman films are good, but hey, look, it's Superman.
They don't single-handedly make up the gap, though. I mean,
No.
They try their best, but...
Anybody remember Batman and Robin? Or Batman Forever?
I actually like that movie.
Actually, Jim Carrey as the Riddler was okay.
Yeah, that was okay, but...
Remember the Green Lantern movie?
Yeah, that wasn't that bad.
Oops.
That got a lot more shit than it deserved.
Out of all the things he picked to beat the final guy with, he chose a fist. A fist. You're the Green Lantern. Come on.
To be fair, at least I was entertained while I watched that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not very, but I mean, I was entertained.
It was entertaining.
Because I
just
would pay
wasn't...
for it, and I wouldn't pay for that kind of movie, but...
It was entertaining, it just wasn't up to the quality of the Marvel films. Like,
Speaking
in terms of... Yeah.
I want Spider-Man to come out now so I can watch it.
I do too. It's got Electro.
It's got
I
Rhino.
don't know who that is.
No,
I know who Rhino is.
Oh, it's got not just the dumb Rhino version. It's just in like a suit, like a big dude in a Rhino suit. It's robot Rhino. It's Mecha Rhino.
Okay, so they're not
So I'm
doing
kinda
the
wondering-
whole everyone's bitten by a radioactive such and such thing this time.
They're kind of combining that. So they're doing it more towards, I guess, Spider-Man. Like I think
they're
the
gonna play
Mecha Rhino.
Electro's origin straight.
Yeah, Electro's gonna be. I'm pretty sure his origin's gonna be pretty canon to the comics, but Rhino seems like he's going to be more Ultimate Spider-Man ish.
I like that.
Sort of.
Rhino.
Yeah. Mecha Rhino, not Rhino in a suit who just runs into things because he's stupid, and you beat him in the Spider-Man game for PlayStation 1.
What are you doing with your mic? You keep fading in and out.
I don't know. Help me. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay.
And
Does Gwen Stacy die in this one? Or when is that going to happen?
Probably. Yeah. She dies.
'Cause that's like the worst foreshadowed secret ever. That she's going to bite it at some point.
Well, everybody, we know Spider-Man's story.
Yeah.
I didn't. I just thought it was Mary Jane, to be fair.
No,
But that was only
Stacy
because I watched the
first.
films.
Yeah.
Gwen Stacy
Peter
was
Parker
first.
has the worst luck. He really does. It's the Parker luck. Every time he gets something, he loses two things.
Which is why he's awesome.
Yeah.
I think Gwen Stacy is the reason he doesn't ever tell Mary Jane he's Spider-Man, unless he absolutely has to. The other movies aren't exactly a good indicator of it. I think the comics are a little more. He keeps it secret more. I don't know.
I want to
haven't read
see.
them.
I want
Just
to
heard
see
it.
Spider-Man learn how to do that martial art wave the spider type thing. 'Cause he learns a whole martial arts form, creates his own thing called Wave the Spider.
I forgot who taught him that.
It's like
Did anyone teach him
somebody
that, or is
related
it
to-
just based around the fact that he has a danger sense and then he can
no
just...
one taught.
Yeah.
Someone taught him how to harness it to make it a fighting style, but it's
Yeah,
his thing.
there's somebody related to Iron Fist, I think.
Mm.
I don't think it was Iron Fist specifically though.
No, it wasn't. I don't remember his name though.
Yeah, me neither. But yeah, and like he lost his spider sense, so he trained. He made a martial arts that went without spider sense. And then when he got spider sense back, it became way better.
So do you think they're going to add Spider-Man to the Avengers films at any point?
Not
No.
unless they want to make a big, humongous, two studio deal like that. Which, to be honest, they could make a lot of money off that.
Mm.
I think they should. I mean, it'd make a lot of fans happy and a lot of fans angry because this is the internet. But I don't know. I'd probably like it.
I mean, Spider-Man is an Avenger in the comics, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, he
Well,
is.
sort of, kind of a part-time Avenger, I guess. I think is the reasoning of it.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
kind of more concerned with New York City than the world, but he does fight the world-threatening villains and stuff.
Yeah, and maybe they can get X-Men in as a crossover at one point. I mean, it's like they have to.
I think that might be the
common.
plan. I think they might actually
Yeah.
be doing that at some point.
They have Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch in the new X-Men and in the new Avengers, and they're both played by different actors in each one. So
I think they
somebody's
need to
gonna be
build
able
up the X-Men universe a little more in the movies.
Yeah,
Because they're doing the past stuff still, aren't they?
Days of Future Past or whatever, something like that.
I don't know. I dropped off
They're doing a
after
time
two. I think
yeah,
I
it's
saw
a
parts
time.
of 3.
It's a time travel plot, and basically, I'm guessing it's a retcon. It seems like it's a retcon.
Undoing
That seems like the
X3
most
or something.
heavy-handed way to do a retcon.
It is a humongous retcon. You know, Professor X, how he's dead? Well, he's not dead. Oh. By the way, you can go back in time and you can change everything, Wolverine, because you're like the last X-Men who's not dead or not important.
Yeah, I think Magneto's sending him back is after the events of X3, everything goes to shit.
X3.
And Sentinels are coming out to rape the world's mutants and all of that.
Remember when Cyclops got killed in the first 20 minutes?
Yeah.
It was 20 minutes? I thought it was like 5 minutes. Was it
I
5
think
minutes?
it was probably 5. It was probably 5. I was just being a little bit more hopeful.
Even
Oh.
5
It's
is
5
pretty
minutes.
forgiving. I mean,
It's like the opening scene, actually, now that I think about it.
yeah, I think it is.
Poor
Yeah.
Cyclops, you got the coolest power, but the shittiest personality and the shittiest death.
Everybody's like, Cyclops is the leader, but we all know Wolverine's the leader because he's the most popular.
Cyclops'
Oh.
personality pisses me off in the comics.
Mm.
Doesn't he outright have sex with the Ice Queen over what's her name? She dies a lot, red hair.
Jean Grey?
Jean Grey.
Her grave, Jean Grey's grave. Like
Wow.
just right there on the gravestone. Doesn't that happen?
I don't even know.
I have to double check that.
I know he cheated on Jean Grey with her.
Oh.
Comics are special.
Why? What possesses you to cheat on someone that could read your mind and then tear you apart atom by atom?
Well, you're doing it with someone that can also read your mind and do the same thing to an extent.
I suppose it's a rock and a hard place, but I mean, jeez. Wow.
Not so hard.
More like a hot and a cold place. Yeah.
Anyway, before this gets creepy. Too late.
Yep.
Next topic. What time we at? 1:17. I think we're gonna have to skip that other question. Maybe. We'll see.
I don't think so. I think we might be good. Let's see.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Depends. Is it something we can handle fast, or is it another one that's going to turn into a whole topic?
Best protagonist is the next topic.
Okay. One that's not a doormat.
Luigi.
Luigi. I like
got
Luigi.
I don't think
personality, has room to
Luigi
improve.
counts. I don't think he's a protagonist even in his own games.
Not really.
I don't know. I guess in terms, like, if you were to make me choose between Mario and Luigi, I'd pick Luigi, because Mario's kind of a jerk, if you look between the lines.
Yeah, I mean,
And
have you seen that fucking Starbomb video? Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen the game theory one where he was a sociopath.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Yeah.
I completely forgot to do the link dump. I'm a fucking idiot. Alright, keep talking. I need to figure out
Okay.
what we missed.
But I don't know, I like Luigi because he's scared, yet he still keeps on going.
Courage and all that, yeah.
Yeah. Like, compared to Mario, who's just like, I'm just gonna run in, I'm gonna steal the princess back, and I'm gonna do all this.
Yeah,
And you
that's
got
a
Luigi,
good,
who's...
that's a
Kenchi?
good way to build your protagonist. Like, give them some sort of flaw that they overcome somehow.
Yeah, because everybody likes the overcoming hero. Like, okay, this hero's like a scaredy cat, but yet, when it gets down to it, he will go into the line of fire, and he will, be brave.
Oh, I got the best one. Deonta from Log Horizon.
That is not a protagonist, but I'm gonna allow it.
Yes. Yes.
Me and
Yes.
Casey both agree that we could watch an entire series of him just being badass because he's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's also Klein from Sword Art Online.
He's
If there's
definitely not a
one-
protagonist. He doesn't count.
No.
He's more of a butt monkey, but I mean, I don't know. I think he could be fit in that role.
Yeah, everybody likes...
Okay,
Just-
maybe we should
just-
just limit it to actual protagonists rather than...
I'm
this
trying.
could be-
They all suck.
It's
They're all
just- it's-
terrible.
Yeah.
Most protagonists suck.
Most are either Gary Stews, or they are, like, they're
Goku
wimp
ripoffs.
Goku ripoffs, yes. Gary
Or
Stews,
intentionally
Goku
unlikable,
ripoffs.
so you have room to grow, I
Yeah.
guess.
Okay,
Orange
I
and
definitely
unlikable.
have mine then. I'm going to go with Oliver Queen.
Who?
Green Arrow.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Some are some are just complete doormats. Like every harem protagonist ever, or tsundere protagonist.
Oh, here's one. I've never actually seen the anime, but the protagonist from Lion Barrels of Iron is apparently he's like all gung ho about this whole getting a robot thing and fighting other robots, and
I need a
it
name
really
for
comes
the
to bite
link.
him later. But yeah,
Link.
to what? I don't have anything open.
I need to
It's
know
the
what that
reason
thing
my
is so
audio
I can link it.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll just type in the name.
Yeah.
I have
but-
no idea what the Japanese name is, but yeah.
None of us know either.
Never even heard of it. Oop, my flower. No.
I think it's because I discovered that one right after Ava, so it's like seeing a protagonist that just jumps at the call of the giant robot is it was refreshing.
Simone.
Simone. If
Jarring.
we're just going anime, then I'd probably go with Simone.
Post-time skip.
Yeah, that's good, yeah.
Either. I don't care whether pre-time skip or post-time skip. It's a good story character arc. That's a good protagonist.
Yeah.
I think you need to include both because well, it's the same character and he's learning a lesson. Stuff.
My favorite part though of that entire thing is the part where he just
episode 11, where he has his big badass moment in the speech.
Yeah. That's good. That is a good protagonist.
Again, Yuri Lowenthal. Badass performance. It was excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Quite possibly his best work.
Yeah. So, question. Do you guys like protagonists which start off weak and get strong? Or who are strong in the beginning and then get stronger?
It depends on how weak they're perceived as.
It also depends on competence. I mean, they can be weak but competent. And
that's what I mean.
I'm fine with that. I actually really like that. But weak and incompetent, then you get a retard. Like, okay, I don't think I'm allowed to say that word. But,
you're allowed to say that word if you want to. I don't care.
Okay, like Naruto or maybe Luffy. I haven't seen One Piece, so
Luffy
I don't know.
is strong but
Luffy.
completely fucking retarded. See, you can't say that word.
There you
It's
go.
okay. So. In fact, that's pretty much why I haven't started writing that One Piece fic. I don't know how to not make him a retard.
That's why we made the joke about Luffy and shoes and not needing to tie his shoes because he wears sandals. There's a reason we made that joke.
See, what you do is you go and you make your character like Luffy, and then you, I don't know, actually make the main character not Luffy. There you go. You don't want to write Luffy, don't write him.
But trying to make a main character normal enough to relate to is kind of hard to do because people think that's boring.
Yeah.
Which is the trouble.
I don't know. I mean, Shiroi from Log Horizon is a pretty normal dude.
Yeah.
In fact, he is almost no, he's pretty damn normal. He's a fucking university student. He studies CAD, I think that's computer-assisted design or something. And he plays RPGs for a hobby.
Yeah.
And he just happens to have spent enough time to the point where he's respected in that community. And then everyone's in that community. And he is suddenly the shit. And I think that's a good
not a lot of people realize how much fame that actually takes to be known in an MMO.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's like millions of people playing that game, and they know your name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Rob Moran was Pokemon Rob, and Bruce Willikers now was Mojachi, I think, in World of Warcraft, and he was pretty famous for that because he did other stuff. It was like a machinima film that he put on YouTube. I forget what it was called, The Story of Jimmy or something. Yeah, it was a pretty big deal, like millions upon millions of views, and he became famous in the community for that. Also because he was fucking really hardcore into the game and stuff. But it takes a massive amount of dedication to be that famous in the game, so he's kind of a loser as well, is Shiroi. In that sense. If you were to, see him in like real world circumstances, you probably think of him as kind of a shut-in dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say shut-in. That doesn't necessarily mean loser.
Yeah, I mean...
Antisocial, definitely.
Look, he's talking, exactly, so... I was talking about me, by the way, not you, Slicer. Oh, you shoot guns
I'm cool with that.
Do archery and stuff, or bow shooting, as you apparently call it in your country.
Call it archery.
But, no, it's kind of... you can use either one.
Yeah.
I call it archery to save... save time.
Apparently archery is not a manly enough phrase for Slicer to use.
It's manly enough for me. It
No,
sounds like a skillful phrase. And
yes, it does.
Skills is manly.
When I'm not competing with, even just like a friendly competition with friends, it doesn't feel right to call it archery, since you're not, I don't know, it's just shooting bows.
Which is called archery.
So, I know. It's a weird distinction, but I don't know.
Yeesh.
I like to say archery to save syllables.
It's the same number of syllables, Ken.
Archery.
Bow shooting.
Bow shooting. Shut the fuck up.
There's a space there, I guess. So
Yeah, there's a space.
Yeah, sure.
you're conserving precious oxygen because we're totally gonna run out of that sometime soon.
Yeah. Actually, Ken might have a point based on the fact that he writes for a living, whereas I talk for something that may be a living. So I know syllables, he knows letters, I guess.
Fair enough.
I know word count.
Yeah, you know character count and stuff. So, okay. This got into a weird tangent.
We are
even
way
by our
off
standards.
topic.
Our standards.
Where did the topic go? I can't see it anymore.
What was the topic?
I
Best
don't
protagonist. Hello?
God, I'm trying to think of the stuff that I follow. If anything I follow has an actually good protagonist, and there's nothing I follow that has a protagonist I would label as good.
I may get lynched for this, but I think the light novel version of Kirito is pretty decent.
Yeah, his light novel version is okay. The anime one, but
Either
if you read the
way, I
light
feel
novel,
like they're a little bit of a ghost too.
Well, obviously, yeah, he still has that element to him, but I mean, I don't know. People label him as a Gary Stu a little too easily in that, because the mechanics of Sword Art Online and
I don't know, half dozen girls that want him.
there's that, yeah.
you know what?
I don't
like
really take that into account, I suppose. So that's probably why.
I like the protagonists of No Game No Life.
Which
I
one?
I read ahead in the light novels. I read ahead in the light novels though, so like I like Sora because he's like the male main, but like not male man, but but he's kind of like a Lelouch type character, except like he can't be in the same. He can't be without his sister at all, or else he's just.
Okay, yeah,
he
I see
freaks-
that, yeah.
Yeah, because he freaks out without. Like he freaks out pretty easily. He cracks under pressure, and she can usually help calm or steady him. And with things involving a lot of strategy, like he's good with knowing.
Yes,
Yeah?
I will agree with you there. And it is very interesting that they reverse the roles of what would be the traditional gender roles in that. Because the male character is the
Clingy, dependent one?
sympathetic
Or
and
maybe not clingy.
empathetic and emotional, if you want to use that word, character. And then the girl is very cold, a lot of the times very distant and very calculating.
Yeah.
So I found that interesting, that they did it differently to how everyone else in Japan seems to do it.
Yeah.
I might actually have to check out that series just for that. Just the dynamic between those two.
Because, like, without, like, she doesn't like being left alone without him. Like, there's one point where he actually, like, later on, he leaves, and then she begins to, like, freak out, and then she gets to the point where she believes to think that he ceased to exist, and then he's all just a part of her imagination, and then she starts freaking out. Like, it just, like, if they don't have each other, they really don't have much of anything, because their entire lives, they only had each other. Which, like, their whole backstory is kind of interesting.
Seeing a lot of good shows that come from light novels nowadays.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of material there. And usually well-written material.
There are
Or at least
exceptions.
mostly written, so...
There are exceptions. Like Sword Out Online.
Of course.
Just throwing that out there.
They
not
leaned
like
on the
show.
Flanderization button pretty hard on that one.
I did not
in
like
some
that show.
respects.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Anyway. Best protagonist. I think we've covered that pretty heavily now at this point. We had a
Yes.
few good suggestions and some...
Spider-Man.
Old-timey Batman. The one Adam
Yeah.
West.
Adam West Batman.
Adam West Batman.
Best protagonist ever.
I used to
Adam
watch
West
that after
Batman.
school every day. That was great.
Adam West. Batman is going in the link dump.
Yay!
I don't know why.
Confirmed for best character.
Yeah.
Or best protagonist.
Alright, on to the question. We might have time for the other one. What turned us off Final Fantasy?
Who wants to go first? I can.
10-2 knocked me totally off the rails. I was teetering by the time 10 came out. 10-2 just knocked me off the rails.
Okay. Ken got put off by the dress-up simulator.
Yeah.
I'll go next. I was never on Final Fantasy, so, you know.
You stole my answer.
Zero?
Me, what really turned me off was, you know what, actually, after seeing Final Fantasy 15, I'm kind of willing to give it a second shot. Because, I don't know, FF15 maybe.
I've
But-
only heard good things about it, so I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
From the gameplay I saw of it, it looks really interesting. I mean, completely not like standard RPG, but that's okay.
What's the protagonist called this time? Rain?
I don't even know.
Windy?
Well,
Sunshine?
Flare.
I bet
Yeah.
it's Sunshine. It's Sunshine, isn't
Like-
it?
Final Fantasy 13 almost made me stop with the entire series and just be done with it.
Okay.
It's when they started taking it, like, the thing was, it might never have been as good as I always thought it was, but it kept me interested. It took time. And at this point, it's just so cool. It's so go right through it. It doesn't take that long at all to beat anymore. There's no real challenge to it anymore.
I just want to mention, did anyone see that article about how Square Enix have decided, hey, people like JRPGs because people bought Bravely Default. This is what made them realize that people like JRPGs.
Yeah, it's about time.
Not the fact that, you know, they exist and are the behemoth of the industry that they are because of Final Fantasy 1 through
6.
9. 7 was big, dude, remember that, never forget that.
Of course not. I love that game.
I don't, but I respect it for being innovative-ish.
Aren't 1, 2, 3 the same as 5, 6, and 7? They were just rebranded for America? Or the West,
No.
I suppose.
1 was the same either side of the Pacific, I think. 2 and 3 in Japan were different games that we never got.
Yeah.
4 was 2 in the West. And 5 was another game that you never got. And 6 was another game in the West, which was 3. And then they just jumped to 7 for you guys.
Alright then.
So there were 3 games in that series that were never ported to the US or Europe until a few years ago, I think. And then they did like a bundle or something.
You know, I think, now that I remember it, I actually have a unique answer for why I fell out of Final Fantasy. I played 10-1, got most of the way through that, I believe. 10-2, I quit early on that one, I didn't like it. And then, which one was the one with the bunny girls?
That was 10-2.
12.
Was it? I thought it was 10-2.
What else was
yeah,
in
12.
it? What else was in it?
Vaughn.
Yeah, 12. 12.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna
That
go
one,
with
I
you
actually
say.
enjoyed that one. I think it was just the battle system, though. It was a nice change of pace. And then after I finished 12, or while I was playing it, like the last, I don't know, a few hours of it, I got another RPG called Rogue Galaxy. And I'm a huge fan of that one. And that one was so good that I just lost interest in Final Fantasy forever.
Galaxy,
it's either a
I'll need to
GameCube
look
or
that
a
up and
PS2
link
game,
it.
I can't remember.
Yeah. So yeah. Also, Square have decided that because Bravely Default sold 200,000 units, it is more important than the games that, made $3.5 million or whatever it was.
Yeah.
No, sold 3.5 million units. That's what it actually was. Now I remember. So games like Deus Ex and Tomb Raider and all that stuff, not a big deal. We'll just go back to selling DS games, apparently. 3.5 million units and they call it a failure. Seriously, I can't get over that. That's special thinking right there.
Mm-hmm. This is the gaming industry today, though. I mean,
retarded. Yeah.
They have analysts and people who say they just throw out random numbers and they say that's what we need to sell. Otherwise, it's a failure, and it's an astronomical number every time.
Mm-hmm. So no one have high hopes.
Not to get into Dark Souls again, but I mean that sold. They had a realistic goal, and then they passed it by God knows how much, but a lot.
Yeah. Nobody have high hopes for a Deus Ex 4. It's probably not going to happen at this point because Square Enix are retarded. Yep.
Pretty much.
I am actually pretty mad about this.
About no more Deus Ex, or that they're idiotic?
Both. They kind of feed into each other. Like an Ouroboros or something.
Yeah, I utterly despise Deus Ex Human Revolution.
Why?
I'm not good at stealth. And you were punished heavily for just running in and shooting up the place.
Not really. You couldn't do the boss fights any other way.
It depends.
It's not that you were punished, it's that you weren't rewarded as much.
That's true.
You could play through the entire game shooting everything up. You would get half of the augments in the game, probably somewhere around there, and you would be perfectly fine because you don't need most of the augments.
Yeah. Alright, yeah.
There's almost no point in going for a completionist run of that game, because it's just not necessary. Play it how you want to play it.
Once I have more free time, I'll have to redo that game and just bang the place up.
Yeah, it's good fun. Right. Okay.
I feel like
we got a question. We are at the 1 hour 40 mark, so I guess we can do it. Congrats, Neil.
Completed.
You get it done immediately. Feel proud. Do you think it is easier to write for a fandom which has been completed, like Harry Potter, or something like Naruto, which is still going on? It's near enough completed Naruto, I think, at this point, but your point is made.
Naruto is a bad example because nothing they're using right now is ever going to come into play in fanfiction.
Yeah, I think...
For the most part.
I think everyone's going to ignore that, because they don't want the story to go the same way that canon did.
I've already told you how I feel about this.
Chakra Devil Fruit.
It's been confirmed.
I'm going to bring that up every time that we bring it up, by the way.
I mean, in my general Naruto fix. We're calling it the Tree of Chakra Fruit now. I was going to do it anyway.
You were actually going to do it anyway? Did you predict that?
No, I didn't predict it, but I pretty much fucking was going to do it anyway, make the assumption. Trees were important enough already in Naruto's universe that I was going to go for it anyway. But now that it's confirmed, I'm definitely doing it.
Oh god. This shit was foreshadowed. Fine.
Overall, I think it just depends on how many fics there are. I mean, most series I'm into because of fanfiction that I've read. I mean, if a series is over, it's likely that not a whole lot new is going to be updating, unless it's a freshly finished series.
That's true enough. I mean, Buffy and Angel don't get much fanfiction written about them nowadays. Nowhere near as much as they used to, I imagine.
Yeah, I was going to say, they do still get some love, but it's not a lot.
I ended in like 2005, though, so...
I think if stuff is being written while a fic is still on, or while a series is still ongoing, you get more variety if it gets updated, because at some point you're going to run out of stuff in that universe to actually use, so at some point you're going to have to start dipping into your own mind to like think ahead.
That's a good thing, because when a story is still ongoing, you have all of the people that have to fill in the blanks themselves, and they try and... You're going to have speculation for how the series is going to end anyway. So people will already have all of these interesting ideas for where the story might go in canon. So they then incorporate those ideas into whatever story they're writing. And that's a good thing. There's a lot of room for the story itself to grow, and for the fics to grow, in line with that. And you can't really get that as much when a story's been finished and all of the loose ends are wrapped up, or as many as are ever going to be wrapped up.
So the best series to write for would be a fairly well-established but relatively new one. So a lot of the ground rules are played, but there's a lot of blanks left to fill, a lot of freedom.
Okay, I'd agree with that, yes. In fact, I'm considering writing a Ruby story as soon as the second series is finished, because by then we'll have a lot more of the, setting and all that stuff expanded upon.
Yay!
I really need to just power through that.
Or you
It's
can
like
choose
2
a
hours
slice
long.
of life fandom.
Sorry?
Or you can choose a slice of life fandom where you can really make literally anything that you can think of happening in normal life happen.
Yeah, or you could just write a high school AU.
No.
That is what you were suggesting. That is literally what you were suggesting right now.
That is not what I was suggesting.
They are effectively the same thing. The only difference is the characters. Silence. Stumped him.
No.
As it
You did not
deserves.
stump me. I'm not even going to get in this argument with you.
No?
That guy.
No.
Sure.
That's not the point. Yes.
It means I win if you
'Cause you're gonna
don't.
No, because you're going to be... If I do, you're just going to be that guy the whole time.
What guy? I don't know what you're talking about.
Continue.
Aw. Kenchi doesn't want to play.
I don't get peer pressured into stuff.
Okay. Were there any links for that topic? I don't think there were. No, I don't think there were. Alright. And finally we have recommendations. I have a recommendation. I will go first in case anyone needs to, I don't know, find something.
I was actually ready this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my fic recommendation is called Wait What? It's the actual name of the fic. It's by somebody who I'm going to look up right now because I've forgotten. But
Wait, comma, what, and then
Yeah.
question mark.
Wait What? And it is basically Harry Potter story,
Mm-hmm.
a series of one-shots where the characters just, in canon moments of the story, just are brought up short and just have to stop everything and say, hang on, what? Or rather, wait, what? And then, pick out a detail that just doesn't quite make sense, and then they expand on it from there. It's pretty interesting
Does
stuff.
it get less depressing eventually? Because I have actually read most of that fic back in the day, but when you told me about it, I don't know, a week ago, I think, a little less than a week ago, I read it, and a lot of the first few chapters are just depressing.
Yeah, kind of.
Like, skip the first one. Just anybody who doesn't like a happy ending or hates bad endings, just skip the first one.
Or doesn't like Albus Dumbledore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's by
I got a
Publicola.
recommendation.
So,
I'm going
There
to
you go.
recommend Harry Potter and the Natural 20.
what? And next.
Because Tempest Chopra
What's
recommended
next?
that to me, and I finally started reading it. Yeah. It is basically a 3.5 D&D aware
Oh,
wizard.
that one, yeah.
Like, he's aware of all the rules of D&D and everything.
Yes,
Basically ends up as
my
a
favorite
mage in the Harry Potter world, where he ends up getting sucked into there or summoned into there. And it's really good. Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, he's
Yep.
analyzing the plot and everything.
Goes
and
to
there's
Hogwarts,
there's character
finds
sheets
out
for
there's
him,
4
like, in every
houses,
chapter.
immediately
So you
picks
see
out
how,
which one is
like, what
consisting
level
of
he is
good
and everything.
guys.
See
Says
what
one is
levels
good guys,
he
one
can
is bad guys, and the other 2 are just filler.
be. Yeah.
Yeah.
and Bellatrix Lestrange ends up in the D&D world that he came from. So
it's like a game fic,
It
but
is
by
really
all
amusing
means.
at first, yeah.
it's
I might have to read that.
So book 2 definitely. It goes all the way to book 2. I think book 3 of the thing
Wow.
is coming
Okay.
out.
I didn't get that far.
Summer, he said.
Chaotic
Which,
evil, naturally.
depends on the definition of summer, how soon that is. But yeah, it's very good, very packed with a lot of humor, recurring jokes. So yeah, the good kind. It's good. I like it. So I'm gonna recommend that to you if you like, even if you don't know D&D. It explains it pretty well too. So
The good kind, not the
you know,
not the annoying kind.
yeah, yeah, I'm actually learning from it. So
That was one of my first exposures to D&D proper, I believe. So yeah, it's pretty good. My tolerance might be pretty low for it, but it was fine at first, but eventually he got kind of Gary Stewish, or maybe he stole Spotlight or something.
to be fair,
I can't really remember. It's been a long
the main
time.
character, he kind of is the main character in that one.
But it was
So
a pretty far ways into the fic, though. So
Like,
I mean,
it's
there's
not
a
a
lot of
fic where
enjoyment there
you're
to be
gonna see
had,
Harry
even if
Potter.
that does happen.
Yeah, you're not gonna see Harry Potter as necessarily the main character, but you know what? He shows up. He's important, I guess.
That is true.
Uh,
Like I
I
said,
don't.
my tolerance
Maybe
is
a
probably
little bit
really
of
low
Gary
for
Stu.
that.
I wouldn't say like super Gary Stu, but there are. I don't know. Like he's got parts that are counterbalance that pretty well with just his sheer like paranoia and insanity he kind of has at points, or seemingly insanity. It's like this must be important. This must be important. Because D&D characters are paranoid. They really are. Yeah. So yeah. So like a lot of the things like people like Hermione a lot of the time points out there's a simpler
gamer
solution or a
logic
better way
is
to do that.
it's screwy.
If you don't see a trap,
Restricted
there's a
by his
trap.
D&D logic.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say scary Stewish, like because of that. But yeah. Anybody else want to go?
Alright. I was clearing my throat, you bastard. Alright. My story is a Final Fantasy X fic called I'll Bet Blue. And it's basically, the author takes it as Titus never got knocked off the boat but near the start of the game. And he never wound up on Besaid. He stayed with the Al Bhed from the start. And
What's this called? Could you link this? Have you linked this?
yes.
He did.
Yeah. You've linked this. Okay. Never mind.
And pretty much done from Titus's first person from Titus's perspective throughout. And they really don't meet up with Yuna's party actually meet up with them. He doesn't meet her until I want to say after Operation Mihen. So it goes for a while before he actually runs into them and has an actual conversation with the Guardians and all that. And I think it's pretty good. It's short. It's less than 100,000 words, despite being I think 20-something chapters.
Is it complete or abandoned?
No,
or
it's not complete and it's not abandoned. It actually updated the other
Yeah.
day, or not the other day, or earlier this month. But it was started in 2003, so it's been it's been a while since they updated earlier in the month.
Yeah. Wow.
But it won me over. I think it's good.
Okay.
Pretty interesting.
Sounds like a cool bit of divergence, yeah.
Slicer, you got anything?
No, but recently, as in like 3 weeks ago or something, I reread Champion's Champion.
Oh god.
That it's a great fic. It still holds up. I've reread it like 4 or 5 times, and it's still hilarious.
That should be a topic, stuff that still holds up.
Mm. Classics, I suppose you could call it. In a sense, yeah. I know what it is, Slicer. I read it. It's in my favourites list, I think. Yeah, that fic's a little bit special. Not really in the good way, but it's special.
In a good way?
It's debatable whether it's a good way or a bad way, but it's an interesting read. That's for
It's
sure.
humorous, but it's not highbrow humor. It's not even middlebrow humor.
No.
In fact, I think
no.
lowbrow humor might be giving it a bit too much praise.
Like, there's the street, and then you're gonna want to dig like 10 levels below that, or 10 feet or something, and then that's about where it's at.
Yeah. There's a flatulence curse involved.
It actually plays a huge part in the events too. It's worked in really well, not just for humor, but for, like plot device
relevance.
purposes.
Yeah.
Yeah, plot relevance.
Yeah. Okay, so that's our recommendations this week. It's another fucking big link dump this week. 16 items. Damn it.
That hasn't been that bad.
I got a question.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Sure.
You've all played Fable, right?
Yep. Good game.
What title did you pick for yourself?
Which one specifically?
Whichever one you pick that's your favorite. I don't care.
Okay.
I don't even remember what the titles were. And the second one I stayed Sparrow because I miss Rose. Pretty much.
Wait, is that what you asked? What your titles were?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sparrow for most of it, and then when I can't remember if I needed to change or I just wanted to, because it was like my third playthrough of 2. I chose Blade, or Master Blade, or something like that.
Because for one of my playthroughs, I kept Fart Knocker through the whole thing.
Wow. And people comment on it, too. That's really the only purpose of a title, is people have something to call you. Because you can't just enter your name.
Yeah.
I need to look at the list of titles from the game.
Oh, that's why I got rid of Sparrow because I was sick of him talking down to me like a child.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I had to kill him for that, so it became really hard to be a good character.
Okay, here's a list of the first. I think in the first one I was Saber
Save.
for the entire game because I didn't like the ones in the arena. Because they're all terrible. Reaper, Deathbringer, Pilgrim, Gladiator, and Arrow Dodger.
Yeah.
Rubbish.
Arrow Dodger.
Arrow
Yeah.
Dodger.
In the first one, I went with Saber for pretty much the entire thing.
The second one, the second one I was just Sparrow the entire time. Because I liked that one.
I was just like,
it was nice, and I miss my
Really?
sister.
you don't look like a Reaper. I was, and it was hilarious.
Yeah, that's the reaction you have.
Oh gosh, Reaper. It just sounds so loony.
Were you
I don't know.
Were you playing
I'm
a good
sorry,
character when you
I'm
picked
not-
that name? Or?
I'm not insulting.
That
I'm
might
not
be
insulting
why.
your nationality, Casey. But the voices, the accents in Fable are known to be exaggerated.
Thanks.
You know.
Appreciate that.
I really need to get Fable
And-
Anniversary.
Oh. Yeah, I do find him hilarious. Yeah.
I'll shamelessly admit I find accents hilarious. All kinds, actually.
Everybody does. It's a staple of comedy. Racism.
Yep.
Get you some.
Okay.
Does that even count as racism? I mean,
Yes.
Kind of, yeah. In fact, go up to, like, any Asian person and say "me love you long time." See how far that gets you.
Well, okay, not that. I meant just finding accents funny. Just that simple fact. Not.
Oh god, Zero's linked to YouTube video. We'll see
This
whether
was
this
in
goes to
my-
the dump.
The guy, inbox, the guy who makes
Zero.
Fusion
I don't know. You guys adventure forth for me.
video.
Want to?
And
What
that's
is
what got
it?
me to
It's
play.
there.
It's a Yandere clicker
Yandere clicker.
video.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Future Diary Bridge, the guy, the anime with the yandere and
He said Future Diary abridged, by the way. His mic kind of... Not sure if that picked up on everybody else's.
Anyway,
I
We're
apologize
rapidly
for adding
approaching
the
2
flavor
hours.
thank you
of
for
salt.
listening to the
Probably
Fandom
is.
Flux podcast, episode 32. I apologize on Zero's behalf for all of the fucking Yandere clicker. Yeah. If you would like to get in contact with us, you can do so through the Blogspot page, through the
Bye.
comments, or through our own personal profiles on fanfiction.net, or through the comments on our YouTube videos or on the channel. Once again,
All acceptable.
thank you for listening to the Fandom Flux podcast, episode 32. Bye now.
Praise the sun.
Bye.